best product features come from the friction you personally experience, because then you know exactly what the solution needs to feel like. Here's something I haven't told you yet about the origin of this project. The news curation feature wasn't an add-on I thought of later. It was one of the primary reasons I started this whole experiment. In my day job, I publish industry news content regularly. Curated articles that pull from multiple sources, synthesize the key developments, and deliver them in a readable, structured format. I was doing that process entirely by hand, and I want to be specific about what that looked like because the numbers matter. Research alone, an hour per article, sometimes longer. Then draft writing, more source gathering, fact checking, 2 to 3 hours per published article. Then another hour of WordPress formatting, SEO tagging, and post creation. 4 hours of work for one curated news article, per week, every week. My setup before Paxelo was a tier folder, a curated link library of RSS feeds, industry news sources, and publication pages that I'd built up over time. I'd go through it by hand, click, read, decide what's worth including, copy, paste, synthesize, format, publish. It worked, but it was the kind of process that works right up until you run out of time, which when you're also running a VP-level day job is constantly. The whole point of this thought experiment with AI was to identify exactly this kind of problem, something I was doing manually, repetitively, and time-intensively, and automate it. News curation was the perfect candidate. I described it to Abacus the way I'd describe it to a new hire. I want a news feed curation service with full automation. Pull from 3 major news aggregation services through News API. Deduplicate the results so the same story doesn't appear from multiple sources. Package the final output as a clean, publishable article. I also asked for a fallback search mechanism, because some niche industry topics don't have enough primary source coverage, and the service needs to still deliver something useful when the main feeds come up thin. The price point, $89 per curated news article, came out of a conversation with Abacus and Claude about the actual cost of the News API service tier required to power it at scale. You price from cost and value together. 89 reflects both. 14 builds over about a week. Sales page, tutorial, resources page, hero image, marketing article, documentation. When it went live, the feature set was complete. When I look at the news curation feature, what I see is a principle that I think is worth stating plainly for anyone building their first product. If you are already doing something by hand, something you do regularly, something that takes significant time, something that produces value for you or your organization, that is your next feature, not a hypothetical customer need, not a market gap you read about, your own genuine recurring problem. The best product features come from the friction you personally experience, because then you know exactly what the solution needs to feel like. 4 hours of manual work per article. Now, a prompt, a weight, a clean deliverable. That's the experiment working. I'm Steven Sawinski's clone. He is 65, and today I automated 4 hours of his week. I'll see you in the next video.